Hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel, and you're watching this. It's recorded live. How else do you record something?
I don't know, but it is our St. Patrick's Day show.
Yes.
We do it every year.
We're in green.
We are in green.
It's hard to tell. It's not the typical Irish green, but it's really hard to match that with
Michael,
your
like the
wardrobe.
Irish people, green comes in many shades.
Rainbow colored?
It can do that as well.
You never know.
And so yes.
We are tasting Irish whiskey. We might have said this before, but 4 years ago we started our quest to taste alcohol with the St. Paddy's Day experimentation. We did different Irish whiskeys.
So what do we have here today, Michael?
Today we have two we had years ago, Kilbeggan and Michael Collins. You know, Michael Collins is the famous guy.
The famous, portrayed by Liam Neeson in the film.
Which is how you know him.
Michael Collins.
And he's a patriot. And
this
Mark
one is new to the
found
mix.
this one. It's called Hellcat Maggie.
Yes, indeed.
You got to buy it with a name like that. And the story is that she was such a hellcat, she filed her teeth and nails because she would shred people.
She was an actual street fighter in New York.
Yes.
And
So we're tasting that, and
this is Hellcat Maggie. Let's have a little taste.
let's taste that.
Yeah, it's Irish whiskey.
Barely. It's whiskey.
All Irish whiskeys are blends.
Yes. Well, they do make single malt. Red Breast has a single malt. There's a few of those. But Irish whiskeys always have a little sweetness. They're sweeter than most scotches. This one has a light body, but kind of a nice flavor. Fills up your mouth. The body is sort of like what I say before, Cutty Sark. Remember Cutty Sark? Those of you who remember Cutty Sark. But it's tasty.
It's drinkable and it's interesting.
And we're going to kick back the
way to chase it right now is some Irish beer. This is Harp beer made by Guinness. One of my favorites.
It's a good one. So
and it really chases a shot of whiskey beautifully.
Because the Irish whiskey is so sharp, this is sort of mild and tones it down and adds to the flavor.
The two really go well together, one after the other.
But not necessarily in an Irish car bomb, which is a mug of beer where you drop a shot of Irish whiskey and then you drink.
That's not something.
I've often swallowed the shot glass.
Why ruin both drinks by doing that?
Yes, it's silly. Anyway,
and
what else do you do with? I know you don't have corned beef and cabbage, but if you did,
I do have cabbage. But you know, St. Paddy's Day is coming up. We're doing the show this week because if we did it next week, St. Paddy's Day would be over.
Yes.
So we do it a little bit ahead of time. It's next Friday. Most people celebrate it on Saturday.
Yes.
And well, I don't know. There's not much going on really. St. Paddy's Day.
There's the Kiwanis Club. Is it that?
No, the Lions Club.
The Lions Club.
The Lions
Where's
Club.
that thing? If you showed the graphic on time, we'd know. The St. Patrick's Day celebration on March 18th, which would be next Saturday, a week from today.
Tickets are only $25. It's a dinner and a show. 2 shows a night that night. Good. So you can have dinner and a show.
$25.
If you can't go to the first one, you can go to the second one, dinner and a show.
First of all, that's worth it.
It
I
is.
would say to go, that's corned beef and cabbage. Sometimes you pay up to $80 for corned beef and cabbage.
Really?
Well, if you're really stupid.
An Irishman wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know if we're
corned
going
beef and cabbage.
Are we going to play the little PSA for it?
Is there a PSA?
And we'll play that. We'll play the PSA for it later. On the break, I guess.
Oh, now it's later. Okay, so that's the Lions Club.
The Lions Club on North Solano. They have their own Lions Den there, basically, and they have a room there where, room enough for dinner and a show.
Look at that. And carrots.
There's corned beef and cabbage.
Carrots, a little bit of vitamin A with your vitamin poop.
And what's that? The leprechaun voice, is it? Well, you like corned beef and cabbage, do you?
I do love corned beef and cabbage.
Well,
Jewish corned beef or Irish corned beef. Irish corned beef is softer, and
it's probably cooked longer.
Yes, it's down to almost stew-like quality. So there's something beautiful about the texture, and you throw mustard on it, and it does work well with cabbage. And that's not why they did it, because it's not like it's a cuisine thing. It's more of, what do you got to eat?
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Cabbage is great, and so St. Patrick's Day. That's what's going on. Pretty much, that's about the only thing I knew of going on St. Patrick's Day.
There's probably things over Dubliners.
Oh, there's things here and there, but who knows?
Anyway, what's going on this week, which you shouldn't miss, is the strongest part of the Las Cruces International Film Festival.
That's right.
Saturday night.
This is Film Festival week. We've been plugging the festival for the last 5 weeks now, and we've been going to the festival. It opened on Wednesday. with the premiere of the Tiger Hunter.
One of those hunters. The Lions Club Hunter?
The Tiger Hunter, starring John Heder. And that film was a big success at the screening. Everybody enjoyed that one.
Oh, that's good. That's why you go to these things, to find out what's coming up.
Now, there's lots of events going on.
Today at 2:30 over at the Rio Grande Theater is the comedy writing little tutorial.
Right, and I had an interview with Don Foster, who is a comedy writer with
many shows.
With The Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men and Dharma and Greg, Mike and Molly. The guy's been around for a long time. He's an NMSU alumnus, and he got his start on Roseanne. And anyway, I'll be talking to him here in a few minutes. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at an interview I did with the director and producer of The Tiger Hunter, Lena Kahn. And we'll roll that in when it's ready.
I'm drinking to that.
Hi, it's Mark Steffen
There's
from the Las
Mark.
Cruces channel. We're here at the Las Cruces Film Festival, International Film Festival. And, we're talking with the principals who made the film The Tiger Hunter. And if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves.
Yes, hi, I'm Megha Kadakia, and I'm the producer.
I'm Lena Kahn. I'm a writer and director.
The writer and the director. We just saw the film tonight. Had great audience response. How does this response compare to the other festivals you've been to?
You know, we every city's been so unique, but Las Cruces has been such a warm and it's so heartfelt to have this response here, which has been wonderful. So we're really excited to have been here and to have played this film for audiences.
Where will you be taking the film next?
We're actually going theatrical nationwide in the fall, and it'll release, and then it'll be on every single platform. So if you look out for it in the fall, you can probably pretty much see it any way that you want to.
Can you name the distribution company?
It's Shout Factory.
Yeah, Shout Factory.
Shout Factory? Okay. Having made this film, is this your first film as a director?
This is my first film as a director, yeah.
And as a producer as well?
No, this is my fourth film.
Awesome. Now, after this film, hoping that it'll be the success it should be, do you have plans for the next film?
Yeah, I'm working on a couple films right now, and then I'm working in TV.
Are you working on television right now? Anything we might see?
We'll see. I mean, the way it works in TV land is that you never know until it's on the air. But I have a comedy that we're developing right now with NBC and something else set up at Amazon. So trying to see that through. Otherwise, I have 2 movies in the works that,
Development deals.
Yeah.
You can't beat them. Right. And so after Las Cruces, what's your next stop?
We're actually off tomorrow to San Francisco for Camp Fest.
Oh, that's awesome. San Francisco. You can't beat that. Well, thanks for coming to Las Cruces. Thanks for bringing your film.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we'll keep our eyes on you in the future.
Sounds good. Yeah, if you go to www.thetigerhunter.com, you can sign up, see all our social media handles, figure out, we'll let you know when it comes out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Mark Steffen for the Las Cruces channel. So that was the opening night of the Las Cruces International Film Festival.
That guy looked a lot like you.
He did.
How did you get there?
That's your clone
so
that
quick.
guy. And next up, same movie, same location. I spoke with 2 of the lead actors in the movie. And let's roll that in right now. John Heder happens to be one of the actors. Hi, I'm Mark Steffen with the Las Cruces channel. We're here at the Las Cruces International Film Festival. We just saw the screening of The Tiger Hunter, and I'm here with 2 of the principals, Rizwan Manji and John Heder. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
How many festivals have you taken this film to that you've participated with?
This is my third festival I've been to, but they've taken this to lots of festivals.
I think it's been, I think she said about 15 festivals, and we're going to one tomorrow.
You're going to San Francisco, she said.
Yeah.
Yes. The process of making this film, it was like, 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
2.5 years ago in Los Angeles for, she said, 20 days of production.
Yep.
And well, as films go, and you've made a lot of films, how was that production compared to others you might have been in?
I love doing independent films, and it's the same in that, you have a lot of great people. You get to know the crew, and it's people who have a vision, who actually have a lot of heart, and they want to do this.
It was a very hot summer, though.
It was hot.
And we were shooting a lot of exterior stuff. It was like a really hot summer.
But it was
fun.
We had a blast, and we had a good time. We had a lot of stories from it.
Have either of you been to Las Cruces before?
I have been to New Mexico before because I shot the first Transformers movie. So I think it was at the Holloman Air Force Base.
Yes, and White Sands Missile
Yes,
Range.
so I was there in 2005. So that was my only other time that I was in New Mexico. And so now it's great to be in Las Cruces.
Awesome. Have you tried some Mexican food while you've been here?
We've had some chilies. We've had, what is it, chili rellenos?
We went to the Chili Institute.
We went to the Chili Institute.
Chili Pepper Institute at
Chili Pepper
university.
Institute, yes.
And I did them all.
I have a video of him trying the spiciest. I didn't. I tried the dessert chili and it was too spicy for me, so I thought I'm not gonna.
How did you like this? The scorpion chili? That's the hottest.
Scorpion was the one right below it.
Oh, the jolokia.
Yeah, jolokia was a little bit more doable, but the scorpion was lived up to its name. It felt like there's scorpions living in it.
Those Scoville units will get you eventually. Well, thanks for coming to Las Cruces, and best of luck with the picture.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Well, there we were, opening night of the Las Cruces Film Festival. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Who are we setting up for?
And so the festival rolls on. Today, being Saturday, at 2:30. Well, there's films all day, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, up at the Cineport 10. And
Time code.
so you can go up and get your schedule. This is the schedule for the film festival. You still have you have time to get up there and get one.
There's a bunch of things.
I wish the newspaper had.
What's John
had
Galecki
one.
going to be doing soon? He's going to be doing the comedy thing at 2:30
Today at 2:30 at the Rio Grande Theater, Johnny Galecki, the star of The Big Bang Theory,
and Roseanne, but he's probably doing just as well on The Big Bang Theory.
10 years on The Big Bang Theory and going
That's
strong.
amazing, isn't it?
Also, Don Foster, who's one of the writers and producers of The Big Bang Theory, as well as several other situation comedies,
They'll be
will
getting
be there.
tips?
They'll be, and Johnny Galecki's bringing some friends with him. Don Foster told me.
Ooh.
So it could be a very interesting event down at the Rio Grande Theater. You don't want to miss that at 2:30 today. I do think we have one more roll in.
Are we going to roll in something else? What?
And
Yes.
Mark Steffen here with the Las Cruces channel.
He's
And we're at the Las Cruces International Film Festival. With me right now is Amy Lanasa, who is the head of CMI, the Creative Media Institute. And you all have a big part to play in this festival, don't you?
Yes, I think that Ross Marks is on our faculty, and the festival is partially sponsored through the university. Most of the people that you see in those blue shirts running around here are our students. So this festival provides a really amazing opportunity to help train them in how to run a film festival and what film festivals are all about. And it also gives them the opportunity to then be here to be able to meet all those filmmakers. Because I told my freshmen this last week, there are 57 filmmakers here. That's 57 potential employers someday. So it's a great opportunity for them to learn how to network.
And some of the events are actually taking place at the university, right?
Yes, we have a couple of workshops. There's one on Friday afternoon, workshop about show business that will happen in our theater in Milton Hall. And then on Saturday, Pepper Gallegos is doing a really amazing special effects makeup workshop that will also be in our theater at Milton Hall. And on Sunday, there's a post-production workshop with someone coming down from up north to talk about color correction.
Mm-hmm. And about the film school itself, what can you tell us about that? Any big plans for it?
Well, big plans. Let's see. I'm really proud of the work that our students do at the Creative Media Institute. As you know, we have a film area as well as animation and visual effects. And one of our, or at least my big goals as department head, is to put more effort and energy into getting those student films into more festivals like this one outside of our area. So that's one direction that we're definitely looking to grow in the immediate future, because a lot of our best student work just ends up sitting in a computer for a long time. So we're trying to change that.
What is the total enrollment these days at the film school?
Sure. We have currently about 270 majors, which is split pretty evenly between animation and film students.
Interesting. Well, we're looking for big things. It seems to be getting bigger and better all the time.
Agreed.
Right? And I'm losing my voice. So, Amy, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much.
I'll throw it back to the studio now. Well, thank you, Amy, for putting up with me and my crackly voice.
Your voice is back.
It is back for the most part. And
let's drink to
toast to the film festival.
NMSU and CMI, who are sponsoring the film festival.
It's one of the rare times when a university is a big contributor to a film festival.
Which is pretty good. Around here, we need everybody we can get. This is, we're shifting to the alcohol phase.
We're back to St. Patty's.
Michael Collins, famous
Irish hero.
patriot of Ireland.
Oh, this is much better than Maggie, Michael. Don't you think?
It's got layers of flavor.
It does.
You feel like you're.
Now that's a
tasty.
That's an Irish whiskey.
That's a tasty
This-
Irish whiskey.
well-
that is the mere mist of a whiskey. Although we gave it a good rating in the beginning.
They would call it a misky.
A misky, a misky whiskey.
Gosh, this Michael Collins is really something.
You know what? You don't even feel like having beer after this.
Wow.
Because the
You'd
flavor
hate
is
to,
so
yeah,
tasty.
you'd hate to wash it away.
We're not, nobody's paying us to do this at all, in any sense of the word. So our reactions
have no
are
dog in this
totally
fight.
honest. Michael Collins is a worthy drink. So we're going to take a break. After the break, we'll have a little Kilbeggan, let you know about that.
A bit of Kilbeggan, and we'll go on with the rest of the show.
Here's to you, and here's to the Las Cruces
Film
International
Festival.
Film Festival.
May it roll on forever.
Come, me friends, I found a crock of gold. Celebrate with a corned beef and cabbage dinner, a live Irish band, and lots of fun to behold.
Join us for an authentic Irish celebration fundraiser at the Las Cruces de Noche Lions Club and Community Center. Music by Irish party band The Hooligans. Saturday, March 18th, enjoy a corned beef and cabbage dinner and show with entertainer Frankie Davis. 2 shows, 4 to 6 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. All proceeds will benefit the Wounded Warrior Project and the needs of the citizens of Las Cruces. Saturday, March 18th, 2 dinner shows to select from. Tickets are only $25 each for dinner and show. This is one celebration dinner you don't want to miss.
I'll be there, don't you know?
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors. We're buying a car. It's always a celebration.
Come, me friends, I found a crock of gold. Celebrate with a corned beef and cabbage dinner, a live Irish band, and lots of fun to behold.
Join us for an authentic Irish celebration fundraiser at the Las Cruces de Noche Lions Club and Community Center. Music by Irish party band The Hooligans. Saturday, March 18th, enjoy a corned beef and cabbage dinner and show with entertainer Frankie Davis. 2 shows, 4 to 6 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. All proceeds will benefit the Wounded Warrior Project and the needs of the citizens of Las Cruces. Saturday, March 18th, 2 dinner shows to select from. Tickets are only $25 each for dinner and show. This is one celebration dinner you don't want to miss.
I'll be there, don't you know?
We're back.
We're back, and here's our shot glass full of now Kilbeggan.
The Kilbeggan is it?
And yes, those are good things. St. Patty's Day is fun. The Las Cruces International Film Festival is fun, and we're drinking to them. But we're tasting to the Kilbeggan.
Okay, let's try Kilbeggan. A bit sweeter than a Michael Collins.
It's just so smooth. It feels like it doesn't have alcohol, does it?
It is smooth.
It doesn't have. It seems like it's.
I thought the Michael Collins was smooth, but this is smoother in a different way.
This is smooth like a creme brulee. It's like a creme brulee with a bit of spice. Do you taste that?
It's nice.
And I would also hate to waste this on drinking beer afterwards. I think the beer, I think beer and Irish whiskey is because the Irish whiskey might be so poisonous.
You would pair the
beer
beer
would-
with this one.
Yes.
The Maggie. But the rest don't need a chaser.
Same reason you want to use lime and salt with tequila. Mm-hmm. But if you have a good tequila,
well, sometimes you need a beer to wash it down too.
Yeah, it's true.
But we're here to savor these
whiskeys,
things.
yes.
And when you savor
This
a good,
is like-
a good whiskey,
this doesn't even taste alcoholic. I'm sure it's 40%. It is 40%.
I'm sure
but-
it is.
but-
It's Irish, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. And you were talking about whether or not they have single barrel things. I think they're, now today's consciousness is you do single barrel everything,
Yes, but these are all blends.
These are all blends. Blends are good, and there's a reason you do blends.
There's nothing wrong with blending.
No, blends are good. even
Wines
in
are
Scotch.
being blended, as we know. Oh. Now,
This has a really good nose and taste. Kilbeggan.
Las Cruces, before we get to the
Okay.
Daylight Savings Time, which is coming up, Las Cruces is rated the 10 most underrated city.
By Las Crucesans.
In
Las Crustaceans, we've rated it that.
No, we didn't rate it.
We didn't rate that?
No,
Who did?
national rating group rated
Who?
Las
What's the
Cruces
national rating group?
the 10th most underrated city. Now,
It's a rating group that does unrating things?
yes. Now, it's definitely not the most overrated city. That'll be that's for sure.
No, nobody overrates this.
But it's things like the Las Cruces International Film Festival
Yes.
that helped this town be such an underrated city.
When
It's got a lot to offer.
That's a positive rating.
It is.
When you say underrated, because it means that people think, oh, where it is, middle
People
of
don't know
nowhere,
about it.
Sucks. There's nothing to do there. There's stuff to do.
There's
here.
no good TV.
How could that be?
Yeah, see, that's what they think. But an
We
underrated
have the
city.
same. We have Comcast. We have.
There's no film festival. Are you kidding me?
We have film festivals. We have theater all the time. We'll get to the theater stuff at the end of the show if we ever get to the end of the show, because we are doing Irish whiskey. We have bars, many of which don't do Negronis. Put Negroni week on your calendar.
Never mind Negroni. That's next
Yes,
June.
That's June, first week in June. We'll talk more about that as we get closer.
But we do have daylight savings time to deal with. That's coming up on Sunday. Set your clocks ahead 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday night.
So you lose an hour.
You
So
lose
you're going
an
to be tired on Sunday.
So just sleep in an extra hour. That's all. Go to bed an hour earlier.
What? Nobody does things like that. I mean, you get used to it. You
What's
lose
one
an hour of sleep. You lose an hour of
You
sleep.
take a nap Sunday
You're getting it
afternoon.
back. You just sleep while you're driving. What the heck?
Hey, you went backwards for an hour.
We're underrated, but we are not underrated because you could go like to Alamogordo. You can easily catch about 10, 20 minutes of sleep driving.
Just
that
driving
road.
down the road.
Yeah, just in the White Sands. You just go like
The
this.
Carnival,
Close
right?
your eyes. It'll be good.
That's one of the things that caused them to list Las Cruces is our outdoor features, such as White Sands National Monument,
That they're national monuments, which some people want to get rid of.
the Organ Peaks National Monument, and
some people want to get rid of.
and the
Arch TV show?
no, the
Oh,
fossils.
the fossil trailways, the ancient trailways.
The Trackways
Yes.
Park National Monument.
We have lots of stuff. People who come here are just amazed at how, if you live in a city and you come to Las Cruces, anywhere you come, actually, if you come from El Paso, you might think you're driving from New Jersey. But once you get into New Mexico, it opens up.
A lot of people think they're in Mexico once they get here, but I got news. Mexico
Is a lot different.
All you have to do is go to Mexico and you'll see the difference.
Yes, and one of the things that's good about here is you can get to Mexico and you can get to Juarez, and Juarez is fun.
Yes.
Okay, while you're driving,
Yes.
there's been at least 3 incidents of road rage this past week.
Here.
The last 3 incidents. I mean, that's really crazy. The last one was in front of Long John Silver's with a gun and stuff. It seems crazy. And if you look at the news, which I'm sure you do because you wouldn't be watching this otherwise, because all the news shows aren't on now, so you're probably watching this to get your news. There's been a lot of shootings in El Paso, and that's supposed to be the safest large city in America.
Well, because of they have a
People
lot
are
of
getting a little
lithium in the
crazy.
water. Keeps them calm. But all I have to do is if I'm driving down the street and I realize I'm driving behind you, I get instant road rage. But who doesn't?
Well, that's because I use an organic fuel, which smells like poop when you burn it. So that's probably why you're all enraged, because it smells like you've just eaten corned beef and cabbage.
I see, what you have.
Yes, well, I love corned beef and cabbage.
No.
Yeah, so that would make people outraged.
But you know what I was saying earlier, if they could just find a way to tax road rage, then it would go away.
That would be good. You get rid of things like that, like cigarette tax, which is coming up. I don't know if that's true. $7.50. I don't
$7.50
buy
a pack?
cigarettes.
Oh, it's worth every penny.
You could buy a Camel for that much money. A real Camel.
A real Camel.
If you're adding a,
Forget
this
the
is still in the Senate of the
New Mexico.
our New Mexican.
They're still debating it.
$1.50 added to your cigarettes. My mother gave up smoking because it got too expensive. And that was almost 10 years ago. And really, when you think you're paying like $5 for 20 things that are really skinny,
that are wrecking
that you're
your
gonna
health,
burn off, right? You're wrecking your health and doing all sorts of bad things. I mean, that's a good reason to stop smoking.
Yeah, but look how many people who swear they're not a quitter.
They're not a quitter.
They're no quitter.
Oh, there's no quitters. Right. Stick with it.
Right now, Amazon is charging tax now.
They will be charging tax in April. April's coming up.
In April, that's next month.
I don't know. People have said, "Oh, we've always paid tax on Amazon." But if something, usually if something has a store in the state that you're in, they charge tax. But now Amazon is charging state tax no matter what's going on.
Now,
if you get sick,
from smoking,
you need nurses. The nurse program in the Doñana Community College has had to. How come we're still on Amazon? Go back to the nurse thing.
There you go.
They had to freeze the program because they've had less than an 80% pass rate on tests. And we don't want to start showing that we're
obviously
not that
they're not
great.
teaching to the test, like Las Cruces Public Schools do.
You're supposed to. So
what else is going on this weekend?
Well, the Las Cruces Arts Fair is coming up next weekend. But get ready because it starts next Friday. It runs Saturday and Sunday. All day long, you can go to
at the convention center.
Convention center.
The entire convention center is full of art, artworks, art pieces, art supplies.
This is
quite a thing.
I don't think about the supplies.
Oh yeah, you can buy art supplies there too.
Like what? An easel?
Oh, an easel, paints, brushes, you name it.
Anyway, it's sponsored by the Doñana Arts Council.
Mud for sculpting.
And the other downtown thing, Doñana Arts Council is in the Rio Grande Theater downtown. There is the award ceremony tonight for the International Film Festival.
The film festival going on tonight.
And the other theater downtown is the Las Cruces Community Theater, which is doing a play called No Sex, Please, We're British.
Yes, that's a film from the play from the 60s.
I thought McKinley was great.
Mackenzie
and Darren Gabbett.
You saw the play. I saw the play. I'll be seeing it next week because
it's a perfect farce. It's stupid as all get out. But they do it wonderfully, and it's great directing by a new director in town. He's been here about 3 years, Norman Lewis.
Okay. I mean, I love silly if it's done well.
And there's no sex.
So thanks for joining us on this film festival, St. Patty's Day special show.
Have some Irish whiskey.
Down the hatch. We'll see you next week.
Slangeva, which is Scottish. No, Slangeva is Irish.